Now, originally I was going to make this movie in Flash, and I was going to make it a cartoon, because, that's what I like to do, right? But because I only got Flash a little while ago, and I really don't want to spend the whole time making character models and all that shit, I have just decided that instead, I will just answer the questions normally. And the special thing that I will do is I'm going to go do absolutely fucking nothing. So, let's get started, shall we? Let's take it from the top. Alright. Nicolone asks, what concerts have I been to? My response in the comments was not many, and that's true. I've been to a Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert, and all the other concerts I've been to have been played by penguins. And by penguins, I mean they're orchestral. Yes, I do listen to orchestral work. I listen to anything that isn't rap or country. Then Neil73 has a question for me. He wants to know, what is the longest I have been without sleep? 48 hours. Exactly. Mr. The Spike asks me, what was my religious upbringing and how do I feel it shaped the person I am now? I was raised as a Roman Catholic by my mother and my father, and they raised me very well, and I don't think it's really had very much of an effect on me. Being a Roman Catholic sort of gave me my first ideas of good and evil, but those kind of changed as I grew up, as they do for everybody, I hope. Fractal for... Kisper asked me, what is the most small, evil, and furry creature I can think of? A wombat. 69th Predator wants to know, what about those assholes who who criticize me because of the music I listen to, because he listens to Manson, apparently. I tell them to fuck off, or I just completely ignore them. BDF2718 asks me, am I going to answer the questions honestly? I'm going to answer the questions honestly, and if I don't answer them honestly, I'm going to say that I'm not going to answer them. And yeah, I reserve my right not to answer any of your questions if I don't want to. Toast Knight has 4 questions for me. 1. What made me decide to make YouTube videos? Thunderfoot. I watched a little bit of Thunderfoot, and I'm like, cool, I want to do this too. Like everyone else and their grandmother. What would I say to God if I met him or her? If I met God, I'd ask him why the fuck I was a better person than him. And I know that's stealing Richard Coughlin's answer, but I was thinking of that before then. And more importantly, I'd probably ask him why he lets the fundies run rampant. One or the other. 3, how did I know I was a lesbian? I just did, but I really became aware of it when I was 12-ish. And he wants to know, why do fish live in water? Because you touch yourself at night. Click Before asks, what is my sexual orientation? I'm surprised you don't know the answer to this one already. I am a lesbian. And then he goes on to ask, but if you're bi, how bi are you? Check this out, my man. Everyone is bi. You're bi. My dad's bi. My mom's bi. Everyone is bi. You wouldn't have any friends of the same gender if you weren't at least a little bit bi. So we all have that little bit of a tendency in us, I like to think. But yeah, moving onward. Ray 444 asks me, would I rather drown Gandhi or have Hitler's babies? In other words, a child that's gonna go up to do the next Holocaust. And, well, honestly, neither. You see, I'd rather have Hitler's baby, because then I could conceivably kill it later. But the thing with that is, I can't have babies. I'm infertile. Turner syndrome, What's my favorite anime? Well, I've got a few of them. Elfen Lied, Kanazuki no Miko. I like a little bit of Naruto, Princess Resurrection, Yu Yu Hakusho, the classics, Full Metal Alchemist, stuff like that. I've made a video about it for my my little week of calendarness. This is an odd one. What do I like better, the smell of men or women? It's an odd question. I have a really strong nose, so I'm able to notice stuff like that, though. And I'd have to say, I prefer the scent of women, but it depends on the situation. Which one do I find more aesthetically pleasing? Men. Which one do I like more? Women. It's kind of hard to explain the difference there. Was I ever religious? If so, when did I start to question my faith? I was religious. I started to question my faith when I was in 8th grade, maybe a little bit before then, and there are reasons for that that I'm not going to go into. What would you call God? A shithead? Is God gay? Probably. How does God feel about fundies? How the hell should I know? God doesn't exist. Am I in school? Yes, I am. I'm in college. I'm not telling you which. If so, what am I studying and why? That's from Cataclysmic Clips. I'm majoring in digital media arts. What's the capital of New Jersey? I want to say Newark, but I know that's not it. My mother's from New Jersey. Query U726 asked me, what's my favorite cast member from Whose Line It Is In Anyway? And I know who I'm thinking of, but I can't think of the name. He was in this one commercial for plumbing. He's got blonde hair, blue eyes, but he's kind of like, he's missing his hair. He may actually be bald. And he's got a little pencil neck. And a really distinct voice. Izzy Bunny asked me, do I watch anime? So one of my favorites. I already answered that question. Also, do I play any console or computer games? If so, what's my favorite games? Well, I already answered that too in, again, my little Christmas time videos. But I do play games. I'm a very avid gamer. My favorite games at the moment are Metroid Prime 3, Silent Hill 2, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. What are the 3 best anime movies ever for me? Anime movies. That's a tough one. I'd say the Neo Genesis Evangelion one, which was just the biggest mindfuck ever. Conqueror of Shambhala and the Ghost in the Shell one. What is my favorite color of contrast? Asks something Vlog. He asked me if it's black, and actually it is. It's either black or red, depending on my mood. And he wants to know where I got my leather jacket. I can't remember. It's a very old thing. Okay, and let's see. I can't even pronounce that one. Is it hard living life as a lesbian? It's certainly more difficult than being straight, because there tends to be a lot of lesbian drama, trust me on this one. But it's still a lot more fun. He also asked me if I have Gaia. I do, and I shall send you the link to my account. I don't go there anymore. I just use the Tech Dream Evader to make images of my characters. Takua Dude 666, hi buddy, asks me, do I like mudkips? I heard you like mudkips. And what do I think about abortion? I made a video on this, but basically, it's a woman's choice. Let the women choose. Which do you think is less accepted in society, being a lesbian or being an atheist? That's Derek359. I think it's being an atheist, because at least as a lesbian, the psycho-funny Christians will be like, oh my god, that is so hot. But as an atheist, female or male, it's, you're Satan worshipping, something like that. Werewolf Choose, who asked me what's my favorite writer. You want to know who my favorite writer is? I'll tell you who my favorite writer is. This guy is my favorite writer. I absolutely adore Poe. I really do. Okay, Dan1989 asks me, who is my most vile role model? Basically, someone who I idolize who's done a lot of horrible things. That's a good question. I really don't know. You see, the thing is, I don't really idolize a lot of people. And when I do, I don't give a shit about the horrible things they've done. Probably the worst person I've idolized is, it's probably Lenin. Because I idolize communism. Let's see. Rakbuttophobia87. I cannot pronounce half of these names. You guys gotta get easier to read names. Do I think science will ever be able to convince Christians to finally disregard what the Bible says about homosexuals? No, I don't. You may be able to convince a lot of them, but you'll never be able to convince all of them. That's simply the way of the world. Pink Dog 1992 asks me, do I like to see Girl on Girl? Well, no shit, I'm a lesbian. If I watch porn, that's probably what's going to be in it.